Temple Terrace is known for being a bedroom community, a place where children can be raised by loving parents in a nice environment, a place that is home to a small Christian private school, a place of many happy memories for me growing up here. But there's also a seamy underbelly to this city. Stories of murder, stories of child abuse, stories of horrible, unspeakable things that tormented me when I was a kid. And I think that there's a lot to see here in Temple Terrace that is not often seen. So tonight, come with me on a special tour that I like to call Temple Terrace After Dark. Tonight, as we travel to several locales around this area, we want to introduce to you the tour members. As we go to each of these places, we're going to not only talk about the history of each, the events that happened at each, but we're also going to strike back at the ghosts and the horrible memories that inhabit these places. Our tour members tonight, Mike Grimm, Jean Crispell, Jill Curry, and Melissa Mallory. So come, join us for a fun-filled evening. Turn around. Oh, we're on. We have left what I like to call the base and are now going to an area called the front yard of someone. We're going to a store where we need to pick up our supplies for the night's festivities. There are certain things you don't want to go to these places without, and so we're going to go and we're going to pick some things up because you know, the hauntings can be very severe, and without certain implements, the ghost will really just overpower you.
Just the right toilet paper for our protection.
Shaving cream is very important when fending off ghosts.
Yes, this shoe polish will be perfect.
Oh wait, that's a different type of protection.
What is locally known as the Hilt House. When I was growing up, this is a place we never came, especially this time of the year, because there were lots of stories about strange things going on here, bodies under the porch, people jumping out of the windows, wild moanings and hollerings coming from inside. It was, frankly, I was scared to death of coming here. Let's listen and see if there's any ghosts remaining that we can take a look at tonight, shall we? Let's get them. As you can see, our tour members are attacking what they feel is the ghostly portion of the house. And by doing this, what they hope to do is contain the ghost right here. Things that really gets on ghosts' nerves is to see writing about them with horrible things like die. And so that's what we want to try to leave here at this Hilt House, is something like that to really scare the ghosts. We expressed our contempt for the ghost here at the Hilt House, and we're ready to move on to the next stop on our tour. Right now we're on the way to what is known around here as the Old Man Bennett house. When I was a kid, there were a lot of rumors about what went on in this house. Small boys would go there and then never be seen again, and so my parents, of course, always made me stay away from it. What happens here was really unknown, but there are a lot of mysterious things that happen, people disappearing, and so I think what we need to do is just not take any chances, not wait for these spirits to manifest themselves, but just go ahead and show our contempt and disgust for them immediately.
Let's go!
Let's go! Let's go!
Yeah!
Let's get him! Let's go! Come on! Go!
Let's get the doors open.
part of the anthrax scare that's been going on in the country was hatched here at Old Man Bennett's house. He was sort of an Arabian-looking guy. We're not sure exactly where he was from, but because it was being sent in the mail and things like that, what we want to do is really strike back at terrorism.
Welcome to the famous haunted White House. I'm Barbara, and I live here.
Barbara, first of all, we want to thank you for allowing our tour to come to this house. It's a beautiful place you have here. We really appreciate it. Can you tell us a little bit about some of the strange going on in this house? Have you noticed anything weird happening here? Maybe I don't know, noises, things going
All
bump.
houses have noises.
But is there anything special about this house?
Well, this one might have a few more noises than most people's.
Have you noticed anything rolling on the floor?
Well, occasionally, yes.
Really?
Sometimes things come through.
Huh? And does that bother you?
You get used to it.
Really? I don't know how you would get used to things like that. What about electrical disturbances, like that? Does that do that a lot? Do you ever notice that? That
You
happening?
know, and it's so hard to get engrossed in a program, yes. But, you know, it's one of those things, I just thought it was the electric company.
You live here by yourself, is that correct?
Yes.
Is that because you can't find anybody to live here with you?
Well, partly.
Is that big? Do you hear? What's that? Do you hear that?
Yours?
You don't hear that?
Well, that happens all the time.
What happens all the time?
That noise you heard.
I don't hear the noise. Did you hear the noise? Are you crazy?
I guess not.
No wonder nobody lives here with you. Anyhow, back to our topic of
Yes.
conversation. Do you ever see any ghosts? We've heard stories about some old crotchety fellow that supposedly inhabits this house and wanders around muttering, complaining about pains in his bones. Is that any truth to that rumor?
Well, he shows up now and again.
I do have a couple of other questions before we leave.
Okay.
First of all, who's that?
Ooh,
That over there in front of the
See
TV. You don't see that?
I don't see anyone
Oh.
there.
Must be the crack I smoked. Anyway, again, we want to appreciate you letting us come and visit. And we had just one other thing we would like to do before we leave. Is that okay with you?
Well, I guess.
Okay.
That'd be fun.
Okay.
You've been
Just
very
sit.
nice.
Thank you. Just sit right here and we'll take care of you.
Okay. What is this?
Just,
What are you doing?
Just be fine. You're fine.
What is this?
Up on our tour, and we've really saved the best to last. This is essentially the seat of evil in Temple Terrace. If evil happens, it happens here in this place. I don't even like being here, but we came here to try and to make a statement about what we think is right and good. Completes our tour. We're glad you joined us, and we hope that we have shown you a few of the historical and haunted sites here in Temple Terrace, and we hope that through our actions we have perhaps saved people from being tormented by these places in the future. Thanks again for coming.